What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and we're talking The Matrix Revolutions, which, if I was lucky enough, this would be the last Matrix movie we were talking about, but unfortunately, we decided to reopen this door, so I have to watch another film now. This film is available with audio description. I got it with audio description by ITFC, and so it wasn't Miles Neff, which if you watch my Matrix Reloaded, half of that review is easily praising Miles Neff's amazing audio description performance. Here, it's fine. It's nothing I'm going to jump out of my chair about, but it's fine. It's okay. So we're back into the Matrix universe. Every time we come back into the Matrix universe, we always start in a place where it feels like the Matrix kept happening, and then like we're back, and like they need to do some explaining, but the Wachowskis are like I don't love exposition myself either. I kind of make fun of it when it comes in heavy doses. But this is kind of like anti-exposition, where you just kind of like wake up in the middle of the Matrix and like you're like, oh, what's happening? Who are these people? What's going on here? One of the things I thought was hilarious was the fact that I had just seen Matrix Reloaded, and then they're like I think like Neo and Bane, is that his name, Bane? Are like, they're both like lying on the table and waiting to come back in, and I was like, who the fuck is Bane? Talk about when you take a character who's just not important, and then all of a sudden they're like important. I'm like, oh, we gotta get Bane out. I was like, what? Who is that? Like, where's Trinity? Where's more? Like, who's lying there? Anyway, so yeah, and they're all about piloting the ships, and anyway, this film is like darker and opens up just a can of just dumb ideas about like downloading yourself out of the Matrix and how the programs can do that, and just the ending is dumb with the architect and the Oracle, and I just hate this movie. And unfortunately, unlike Matrix Reloaded, which had a glorious performance by Miles Neff, this one just has like an okay performance by some British guy who I didn't, like a bunch of people were listed at the end, and I wasn't ready for them to be where they were. I thought, because usually when movies are theatrical, the audio description is listed at the end. This one was listed like a Netflix film is, where it's thrown in like right as the film is ending, and then like it trips that voice, the audio. I have a screen reader voice that it triggers, that I can watch more on Netflix. Watch this next thing, and it just starts talking over it. I was like, oh, damn it. But I got that it was IFTC. So yeah, it just, the audio description track is fine. It tracks all of the action shots. It's just the guy's voice is just not the same thing as what Miles does in terms of bringing you in and really making you feel like whatever you're watching is special. This guy just was reading audio description. So like the written audio description track was fine. I'm just like trying to remember from the last time I saw this film. This is not a film that I've seen. Actually, I don't think I've seen this film once. I think I've seen Reloaded previously. I think I saw that twice, because it does have that kick-ass sequence, the driving highway sequence is really cool. But I think I've only seen this film once. I saw it once in theaters, and I was like, what is this? How did we get here? It just was dark, and it just didn't feel like anything. And it felt like they used all their budget on Reloaded. And this one has a lot of silliness and a lot of fights and a lot of just, like, they couldn't figure out how to end the Matrix. They're like, okay, we're here, so what do we do now with all this, the one stuff and the prophecy and Zion? And what do we do? What do we do with the Matrix itself? Do we want to destroy it so that we can't do future Matrix films? Or do we want to just like leave it open-ended? We did open up a lot of doors at the end of the Matrix Reloaded, so what do we do here? And then they just kind of went for the like the least interesting ending, sort of an unsatisfying. Trinity also feels way less like Trinity here. She feels far more like a concerned girlfriend character than she does a badass. Like in the second film, she jumps back in, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff they keep kind of infantilizing her a little bit by, in the first Matrix film, she's not there to just be Neo's love interest. That is not her sole purpose in life. But then it becomes her sole purpose for the sequels. But in the second film, they balance it still well by making her feel like a really strong character. She still feels like she can kick ass and fight. And in the third film, she just kind of stands around looking worried all the time. And then just kind of gets sucked into the nothingness of the end. The resolution for the revolutions. So they should call this film The Matrix Resolutions. Anyway, I just don't like this film. I never have. It's always been the film where I'm like, well, I guess if I'm completing the trilogy, then I have to watch this. There's so many films that are like that though, where it's like I have like the whole set, and I have the film in case I want to watch the whole story, but it's like I don't really want to watch the whole story. I'm not a big fan of Attack of the Clones. So if I'm going to go through the Star Wars films, if I can skip 2, that'd be great. I know like people would rather skip some like 8 or 9. 2 was always the thing for me. Anything that requires too much from Hayden Christensen, like dramatically, just doesn't work for me. So here, it's just a dark film. It's not as fun as the second film. It doesn't have as fun action as the second film. And it just feels like we're just chugging along to an ending. This is the shortest of the 3 films, probably because the Wachowskis weren't really sure how to fill the third film. Kind of feels like that. Kind of feels like they're stretching for time. So I'm not going to do that anymore. With an okay audio description track, like it's fine, it's sufficient. It's not going to be something I remember in T- whatever. And a movie that just doesn't do anything for me. I'm going to give The Matrix Revolutions a C-. Really the only thing that it's got going for it is the fact that they kept the 3 original characters, and those 3 characters are still trying to bring something to these characters, even as they continuously are sort of like morphed into less interesting versions of themselves. But Keanu Reeves, Laurence Fishburne, Carrie Ann Moss, very much the anchors of the franchise. Jada actually does a pretty good job being an additional character and being added in Reloaded. So I'm not gonna. A lot of people give her crap as an actress. She's fine here. I like Niobe. But I don't ever need to see this film again. I probably could go lower, but then we made the sequel. So it's like where do we go from here? Could we go lower? Apparently. So talk about that next. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I will see you guys on the other side.